Alright guys, today I want to cover mistakes that beginner photographers make. One is not understanding your camera settings. It doesn't matter what kind of camera you have, if you don't understand the settings, you're not going to get good images. You need to know before you shoot the picture, do you want a blurry background behind your subject? Do you want the background to show behind your subject? Do you have 4 rows of people lined up and you want everybody in focus? If you have 3 or 4 rows lined up of people, you definitely don't want to be shooting around 1.8 because only whoever you focus on is going to be in focus and the other 3 rows are going to be out of focus. And some of the sharpest areas on your lenses are going to be around f6, f8. So don't always try to go for the lowest f-stop you can find just to get that pretty bokeh. That's something that's useful, but it's not useful in every circumstance. So that's something you just need to make sure that you understand your camera. You have to make quick decisions if you're shooting weddings. I know a lot of new photographers aren't going to be shooting weddings, or at least you should not be shooting weddings. But even if you're shooting families, you don't want to lose the confidence of the people you're photographing. If you get there and you're all nervous and you're having them redo the same shot 12 times, they're going to lose confidence in you. So you need to understand your equipment. You need to know what you need to do before you get there and have it set and have the settings already in your head. Another thing you need to keep in mind is composition. Look how pretty the ocean is. Can you see that? Is it blowing out? I think it's blowing out. It's so bright out here. I just set the light for me. Make sure you get your composition right. You can have the most beautiful picture of somebody in the world. If the composition is off, it's not going to look good. So make sure you got your composition right. Something else you need to do is understand the exposure triangle. That's the very first thing every photographer needs to learn, is the exposure triangle. Your ISO, your shutter, and your aperture, they all work together and they all do 3 very different tasks, and you need to know what they do and why they do it and when you need to use it and when you don't need to use it. Now something else, blurry pictures. You do not want to take blurry pictures. You would rather turn your ISO up and get grain in your pictures than have blurry pictures. Blurry pictures are of no use to anybody. You can have a grainy picture that can be of use to somebody. And with the, switch hands here. And with the new software we've got, you can take a lot of that grain out. So you definitely don't want blurry pictures. Those are useless. And don't just shoot pictures to be shooting pictures. Don't just spray and pray, as they call it. Just because we're shooting digital, don't mean you need to shoot 500 pictures every hour, because 99% of those are just not going to be good. You need to still take your time, compose your image, get the right shot. Don't just spray and pray, as they call it. It's not going to work. Plus, it's going to eat up space on your hard drive, and it's going to cost you hours of time afterwards. You don't want that. Also, don't just try to take just the easy shots. Look for cool shots. And if you're just learning, maybe find some cool lighting. You may not know how to use it, but if you have a chance, whatever you're shooting, maybe if you're helping somebody at a wedding as a second shooter, find some cool lighting, maybe outside where they're getting married, light posts at night. But I suggest go out there and practice with your camera, get your lighting right before you take anybody out there to shoot pictures. Never take anybody to get their pictures made when you're not ready with your settings. It just makes you look bad, and you don't want that. Never lose confidence in your clients. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. And like I said in the other video, don't focus too much on your camera gear. Any camera that you have that you can change the settings on, you can get good pictures. This is a 2016 Panasonic G85 that I'm doing this video on. That probably don't look so good right now because I didn't take a reading. I'm just eyeballing the exposure, so I don't know how it's going to look. So probably not a great example. But you don't have to have the latest and greatest equipment to get good pictures. You just need to be able to make the changes manually. So anyway, I hope this is helping you guys out. If it is, please subscribe to our website. We do appreciate it. You can always email me with any questions you have. I'll be glad to help you. And y'all click subscribe on the video. Y'all have a good day. Thanks.